Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Do I sound great? Alright, so I'm testing the Switch streaming setup for the first time today. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then we'll switch back to BG3. But hopefully it's gonna work. I think everything's showing up. I'm worried about the sound though. So hopefully sound is also able to be picked up. So we're gonna switch over to the screen now. Okay. You know what? Let me go and make sure. All right. Oh, that's way too big. Where is it? Sometimes. Okay. There it is. Then I need to remove that. All right. All right. Well, while the app plays, let's see. Does the audio work? Yeah. Okay. The audio seems to work. We'll have the intro play. And as a sound check during the ad. Piofiore, Faded Memories. All right. So, those of you who are new here, watching the VOD for the first time, I've actually been playing this game over, I think it's been 2 years, though it's mostly because, not because the game itself is really long, it's because I haven't really streamed it I had long gaps between streams, so my progress has been very slow. My goal, though, is to finish this particular route by the end of this week. Now, I will explain a few things. What this game is an otome game. An otome in Japanese literally means maiden. And otome games are basically romance story games where you play as the main girl. It's always a girl as the main character. That's why it's called maiden games. And usually, most of the time, the love interests are all men. Sometimes they have an extra route where it's a girl love interest or a friendship route, right? Or sometimes they even have a brother route. Whether it's romantic or not depends on the game. But regardless, so that's how otome games work. Now, there's still a lot... Good otome games have a lot of extra plot, not just romance, steamy things. And I will say, if you're new here, there will be a lot of context that you will be missing out on, because I already did the prologue, which is also known as the common route. Now, actually, I'll explain it to you a little bit better with the chapter menu screen. So the common route, or the prologue, is, at least in this game, determines what route you end up on. If you don't use a walkthrough, you can end up in an interesting route. And then what I mean by route is a particular plot line where you are romancing one of the love interests. And you go through the story and you have different choices as well in the routes, and you can end up with either depends on the number of endings depends on the game, but there's at least usually a good ending and a bad ending. This game has a good ending or normal ending, kind of a mid-tier level, best ending, which is the ideal end, and then you have, this is the good end, this is the normal good end, and then you have a bad end or tragic end, right? So that's the idea here. So I've done, the first one I did was actually Nicola's route. Nicola, Dante are the first routes that are available. I chose Nicola's because that's what the walkthroughs recommended, and his route doesn't have a lot of like world building lore. It's just very straightforward romance line. And then I did Yang next. Yang is very interesting. You'll see how he's like as an NPC in the other routes, but he's very interesting. I enjoyed the route. It was full of drama. And then Dante was the route I just recently finished, and I'm now working towards Orlok's route. And then after that, there'll be 2 more routes before I can finish the game. And finally, what else is there to say? I already did the prologue that leads me into Orlok's route, so we'll be jumping right into chapter 1 for Orlok's route. And what else is there to say? Yes, content warning. I will have to give you a content warning for this game. If you are watching the VOD right now, or if you're in stream lurking right now, I will let you know this game is about mafia, and it comes with a lot of violence. What's it? Non-consensual activities, as well as, religious themes, okay? So, yeah, and also this takes place during Mussolini's reign, so there's going to be references to that as well. So, just to be aware before you continue watching, alright? And now we'll load my save, and we will continue. Now, I will be using a walkthrough to play this game. Some people who like to play Ultimates don't like to go in blind. I totally respect that. I like to do that usually offline, when I play Ultimate games offline. Currently doing that with Bustafellows, actually. But because this game is such a dark game, and bad endings can be very, very triggering, I make sure to go for best endings for stream and do the rest of the route endings off stream to avoid, super triggering content to be showing up on stream, okay? So I will be using a walkthrough, just to let you know. So yeah, it's not cheating. It's totally normal in the Ultimate community to use a walkthrough, especially if you're streaming a mature game like this one. Alright, we're gonna move forward now. I will say for the prologue, we are playing as a young girl who's grown up in the church. She's an orphan girl. I think, well, she's not really a girl. She's a young woman, I should say, who's grown up in the church. She doesn't know how important she is to the church, and we kind of learned a little bit about that in Dante's route, but I think they'll go over it in this route, so it should be fine. And she's been targeted by multiple different mafia groups, as well as a church in the city of Villena, which is a fictional city in Italy. And Orlok actually has taken her kind of against her will, but I think he's trying to protect her because that's his orders from the church. He's a disciple of the church. So that's what's going on. That's the context here. Orlok has been a bean for a lot of the different routes, but he's also like he's the young looking love interest. But the thing is, he's also a very, very skilled killer. Maybe a little too skilled, a little unrealistically skilled, but we'll see what he's about, because he's been a mystery so far in the other routes, so we don't know a lot about his backstory. So we'll be finding that out today. All right, let's go. We have chatted enough. Alright, I'll be reading a lot, so if you can redeem hydrates for me, I would very much appreciate it. Okay, the young man ran through the alley with me over his shoulder. I couldn't believe how fast he was, even carrying someone my size. Please, put me down! Where are you taking me? He continued without a word as we moved deeper into the alley. Why aren't you answering me? Let me go! In that case, I don't mind if he drops me. I have to get myself loose somehow. Hmm? He placed his hand over my mouth just as I began to wriggle out of his hold. I did my best to break free and even tried to bite his hand. But despite his slight frame, his hold on me was strong and unfailing. All I could do was scrape his finger with my teeth. As I continued to struggle, he ran deeper and deeper into the silence of the alley. He slowed to a stop at a shadowed junction. He quickly lowered me with ease and set me gently down on my feet. I could tell he was being very careful. It seemed strange, especially since he had just abducted me by force. I'm probably thinking too much. I might be in trouble if I tried to run. He quietly took my hand. He was holding on to me so gently. What should I do? Alright, do we have to save here? I pretty know what the answer is, but we don't need to do any saves. Alright. For the walkthrough. His physical strength was beyond human. I know I couldn't make my escape from him. Please, please let me go. I want to go back to the church. But he scanned the area quickly to ensure no one was around. I looked straight into his eyes in an effort to see what his intentions were. Maybe he felt guilty about what he did, but he slowly looked away from me. He doesn't look like he's lying. Okay. I understand. I didn't trust him completely, but I believed in his words. He seemed to be pure at heart and not one to tell lies. I simply feel I can trust that you're not my enemy. Another thing to note for Ultimate games is that some of them have default names for the main character. A lot of times, some people just put their own name. Like, I think when I played Olympia Soiree, I put Gaeulsky as the main character's name. Ended up regretting that big time. It was very awkward during Stevie moments. So I decided to go for the default name in this game. And what's really nice about that is that all the default names are usually voiced if there is voicing in the Ultimate game. So that's really nice. If you put your in-name there, your name would not get voiced in this moment. His eyes seemed to soften compared to the expressionless doll-like face he had before. It felt strange to hear him thank me, considering the situation. So why did you take me from the church? If you really mean no harm, I'd like to hear your explanation.
もちろんです。聖なる人。
Holy? His words caught me by surprise. I repeatedly blinked in confusion.
目的の場所まであと少し。
He began to walk, still holding onto my hand. At the very least, having my 2 feet on the ground made me more at ease than being carried. Orlok paced himself so that he wouldn't pull on my arm. I know it sounds strange, but I feel like he has no intention of harming me. I'm not sure why. Honestly, I still felt that I should try to make my escape from him, but his words and presence were oddly comforting and reassuring. Orlok continued his trek down the alley with me in tow. Of all the places to take me, Veleno? It seemed we were in Veleno, a district ruled by the Laoshu. So one of the three mafias in the city of Bologna. I misspoke. Bologna is the main city here, and Bologna has 3 districts, as well as the Arca district. So actually 4. So Arca district, which is the church, the hospital, and the casino, and some other shops, is the neutral ground. No mafia can do activity there, except for when the 3 bosses decide to meet in the casino, which they sometimes do, because it's a neutral ground. The other places are the Falce district, which is where the Falzone, the longest running mafia group, has run and done their business. And then there's a second district, and I forgot the name of the district, but the Visconti, which is an offshoot of the Falzone, mostly created because the Falzone only let Italians join the mafia. The Visconti allow non-Italians to join as well. The Visconti rule that area. They're a bit more lackadaisical, I think, but they can still be pretty scary. We haven't dated the main boss of the Visconti, but he'll be the next route, Gilbert. And then the third is actually a newcomers. They are members of the Triad, a much larger group back in China, an offshoot of them called the Laoshu, and they're led by Yang. Yang, or Yang as I call him, but his name is actually pronounced Yang. Yang is the leader of the Laoshu. Yang is a bit of... I don't want to diagnose him with something. I don't want to do that because that's not how characters work. You don't diagnose them with mental illnesses. But he has very unpredictable personality. I wouldn't say he's not whimsical or anything like that. He's really dangerous. That's all I say. So he doesn't like to be bored, and he likes violence. He craves violence. So he's kind of a scary guy. So yeah, Laoshu they ruled Veleno district. Walking here at night was far more dangerous than in the daytime. Orlok isn't from the east, is he? The Veleno district was inhabited by many foreigners, especially those from the Republic of China. So at this time, it's after the end of the Qing dynasty, but before the foundation of the CCP, right? But this is before World War II. I think this is 1924, 25, maybe 23. I don't remember, but it's the 1920s. Not 1926 though, that's a sequel game. Of course, there were Italians living here as well, but things changed once the Laoshu arrived. He doesn't seem like someone who would be living in Veleno. Really? Who is he? Maybe I should have tried to escape, even given the risks. Regret began to cloud my mind. As I continued walking in anxiety, Orlok pointed at a particular structure.
あそこに入ります。もう少しだけ歩いてください。
The structure that Orlok pointed to was surrounded by mafia guards. Orlok? Are you sure about that? That place doesn't seem so safe. And aren't they the Laoshu? Orlok, sensing my anxiety, looked at me with caring eyes and held my hand a little more tightly.
大丈夫です。でも、あまりしつけられてない人たちが多い。くれぐれも、俺から離れないで。
That isn't making me feel any better at all. My legs seemed to resist, but I somehow forced them to move. I saw a number of people inside. I could tell they were looking at me with curious interest, as if appraising me. I feel very uncomfortable.
誰かと思えば峡谷の坊やじゃねえか。なかなか趣味がいいじゃねえか。後で俺にも味見させてくれよ。
ふざけるな。
Orlok suddenly replied coldly to the leering men.
彼女に指一本でも触れてみろ。
His voice was bold yet chilling, like nothing I'd ever heard before. He was serious about killing them. Even I could feel the tension in the air.
そんなマジになるなって。まあほら許してくれよ。いい女を見たらお近づきになりたくなるのが男の本能ってもんだろな。
この人はお前たちのような人間が近づいていい相手じゃない。俺だって本当は触れるのもはばかられるくらい。
聖なるね。
ヤンから何も聞いてないのか。
あれだろ、ロズベル。
That name sounded strangely familiar. They did say Rosberg, didn't they? His name was well known among the devout within the church. Bishop Joseph von Rosberg, one of the higher rankings in the church. But hearing his name from the Lausche struck me as odd.
しかし見れば見るほど俺好みだな。神様が羨ましいぜ。
You know what? We don't have to listen to all the voice lines of these extras. Orlok turned a deaf ear to them and began walking down the hallway. He muttered words which were barely audible, even to me.
ロズベルグ教の信託を知ってるのに、どうしてこんな態度を取れる。
LOL, they're acting like I don't know the word prophecy. Bishop Rosberg's prophecy? I followed Orlok, wondering what he meant by those words. I'm gonna say Rosberg like different ways, like multiple times. Ah, it's young. The man sitting at the table looked at Orlok, then at me. Disciple? Is he referring to Orlok? I tilted my head in confusion. The man ogled me, studying my appearance with great interest. I held my breath with discomfort. His unusual presence was somewhat frightening.
Young.
Orlok spoke to the man. Young. Young? It can't be. There was one person in Veleno known by everyone in Berlone. The Lausch's leader, Young. Was this man really that infamous person?
構成員の質が悪い。彼女に対して敬意がない。速やかに対処すべきだ。と。
I love the music. I love Young's theme music, by the way. I could listen to it all day.
敬意？ああ、そうだな。その女は芸家が受けたご神託で。
By the way, I don't know the context for this prophecy, so I'm the first to hear about it too.
くれぐれも丁重に取り扱うよう改めて周知しておくか。
頼む。いかに彼らが神を信じない悪魔のような人間であっても、事のあらましを知れば彼女に敬服せずにはいられないはずだ。
そうだな。実にその通りだ。
They continued talking to each other. I decided to speak up to try and learn what was happening here. Actually, you know what? You know what? Wait just a second, guys. Wait, just a second. I'm trying to unload something. Is it this one? Yeah, it is. There it is. Alright, I'm gonna show my handbook item. Alright, that took way too long. Then I speak up to try and learn what was happening here. What is this? Alright. If you don't mind. He frowned at the sound of my voice, but quickly replaced it with a playful smile.
神託の聖女が望むままに。
I spoke about what had been bothering me all this time. Could you please explain to me what is happening? Why was I brought here, and...
さて、その答えは神のみぞ知るのではないか?
Yang replied playfully without any hint of reverence in his voice. Suddenly, Orlok spoke out to Yang in a stern tone.
それは確かに間違いじゃない。けど、まだ彼女が話してる。最後まで聞いて。
Yang shrugged, and Orlok looked at me to urge me to finish my thought. I suppressed my fear of talking to the Mafia and continued my question. And what do you mean by saint? You mentioned His Excellency as well? I heard Bishop Rosberg's name earlier, and...
なんだアリア。うわあ、急に撃ってきやがった。おい、どこのやつらだ。
Alright, I will... It's gonna pain my heart because I just finished romancing Dante. But Dante is the leader of the Falzone Mafia. Very young leader, by the way. And we learned in his route that he is also part of the key to the relic that the main character is also the key to. So together they make the key to unlock a relic in a chapel in the forest. Okay, so technically they're fated mates in a way. So Dante is gonna be very, very doggedly trying to get Lily. Okay, so that's just the context for why he's all the way here doing some fighting.
ありゃ、ファルツォーネか。ヤンに知らせろ。じゃあみんな作戦通りに。
Nicola is the first guy I romanced. He's very cute. But he is the second in command in the Falzone gang, or the underboss, as they say. He's not the Consigliere, by the way, though. Consigliere is a separate person in the gang, an older lawyer man. But yeah, the Nicola is also Dante's cousin, so... But they're like brothers to each other.
任せてくれ、アンダーボス。地の利は向こうにある。建物内に踏み込むのは危険だ。炙り。はっ。返してもらうぞ、ヤン。
I heard Bishop Rosberg's name earlier, and... What is going on? Wait. Gunfire?
随分と早いお出ましだな。読まれていたか。
Contrary to Orlok's furrowed brow, Yang spoke with a grin while still sitting calmly. Yang likes fights. Ah, it's Lan! So one thing that I did like Dante. Dante is my favorite so far, but one thing I didn't like is that in his routes, my two children get killed. So Lan is one of my children. I love Lan. She is one of Yang's trusted fighters, as well as her twin brother, Faye. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I was so sad when they died in Dante's route, but... There's Faye! Huh? They're so young and small. What are they doing here?
やはりファルツォーネの襲撃か。このまま手をこまねいていては、俺たちもただでは済まないな。
They're attacking? My voice involuntarily escaped Yang's nonchalance. Yang didn't show the slightest worry, even in the face of imminent danger. Why is he smiling like that? His smile brought shivers down my spine.
万一、ラオ州という組織が崩壊すれば、ロズベルグ卿はどう思うだろう。いや、どうするオルロック。
それはゲイカの望むところじゃない。だから俺は
No, Orlok, don't harm my man. Don't do it. Orlok's expression didn't change, but for some reason his brief glance at me seemed
あな
worried.
たはこの建物から出ないで。
What are you going to do, Orlok? And what do you mean by help? Orlok didn't answer my questions. Instead, his expression softened a bit. All of a sudden, he quickly made his way out of the room.
ベイ、ラン、客を見は警護してやれ。くれぐれも丁重にな。
丁重？
経験に振る舞えという意味だ。
ねえフェイ、どうしよう。ヤンが難しいこと言うよ。
Ah, my sweet children.
僕は大体分かったからいいよ。ランもとりあえず分かったふり。
Oh, I'm so glad they're alive. Don't die this route.
けどヤン、僕たちは行かなくていい？手は足りてるの？
Yeah, they're really strong fighters.
うんうん。この子を見てるだけなんて私たちには簡単すぎだよ。
我慢しろ。今はあいつの使いどころだ。
分かったよ。ヤンがそう言うなら僕たちは言いつけを守るだけ。
あ、ねえヤン、確かこの子のために部屋を用意してあったよね。そこに連れてけばいい？
任せる。
Yang looked away from me and quickly made his way out of the room. The young girl Lan spun around and looked up at me.
私、ラン、こっちはフェイね。
Oh, nice
じゃ
to...
あ、おとなしくしててね。変なことしたら殺しちゃうよ。
Without having a chance to introduce myself, my breath stopped at the word kill. I can't believe such a young girl would say that terrible word so lightly. It was then it finally dawned on me that I really was with the Laoshu. More gunfire? Another obvious thought dawned on me. I was in the middle of warfare between two families. What is going on outside? I hope Orlok is okay. What would happen to me if... Come on. Come on. What would happen to me if the Falsone took over this place? Would they think I was with the Laoshu? I didn't want to think of what would happen. I tried to ignore my growing anxiety. All I can do now is pray for Orlok to be safe. I don't know who he really is, but I don't want him to die. Orlok, please don't kill Nicola or Dante.
惜しみなくと言っても悪くない作戦だ。普通のけどこのくらいなら。
なんだあいつ。
I jumped through the enemy line amidst a flurry of bullets. I used my Fusetto to knock the enemy's gun out of his hand. No, I still got a Fusetto. A Fusetto, a type of weapon made in Italy's Veneto region. It is shaped in the form of a cross and has a very sharp tip. It was used in medieval times to end someone's life as a showing of mercy.
殺す必要はない。
Okay. I felt a presence behind me. I saw Yang from the corner of my eye. Then someone appeared from the Falsone's front lines. Dante!
リリアーナ・アドルナートを返してもらうぞ。
なんてファルツォーネ。
But instead of responding to Dante, Yang looked at me.
だそうだ。どうする？
I didn't have a choice. I positioned my weapon to my chest.
渡す気はないということか。そういうことだ。さてお手並み拝見といこうか。
Ah! Jan gave a joyful smile as he took down the Falzone soldiers coming at him one by one.
狩猟なのに前線で戦うのか。
Yang just wants to have fun. Yang's moves flowed like water.
あの男がお手並み拝見って言ったのはファルツォーネのことじゃない。
Yang was simply taking on those who were coming at him, as casually as if you were shooting like flies.
基本は俺に任せるつもりか。俺の力。
The Falzone family soldiers were shooting bullets at me from both sides, yet I didn't feel any fear. The bullets were small. A simple step to the side allowed me to avoid the enemy's bullets with ease. Now I will say, 1920s gun bullets aren't like 2020s gun bullets, so it's technically believable. Technically, I know I'm fast. I know that the Falzone's gunfire won't scathe me. A bullet hit an unfortunate soul on the other side.
発砲前に車線をよく確認して当てられないなら牽制でいい。
ニコラがいる。少し気をつけた方がいいか。
I often worked as an informant for the Falzone and the Visconti. Among
あ
them,
の人は切れ者だ。
I love Nicola! He didn't even seem fazed at the fact that I was here either.
危険だ。早く引いてくれればいいけど。
So I will say this, I think Orlok doesn't want to kill Dante and Nicola because technically Rosberg or even just the rest of the church might still need to use the Falzone, so it wouldn't be smart to get rid of them just yet. While thinking of such things, I stepped closer to one of their soldiers. I stabbed him with my fusetto in a way that wouldn't critically injure him. He cried in agony, and quickly moved again after seeing him fall to the ground. I continued to stab the soldiers in the hands and limbs to immobilize them. He's avoiding all the bullets? I was looking outside from the room where Lon and Faye took me. Hey, don't look out the window when there's gunfire. That's a dumb way to die. An unbelievable scene was playing out down below. I can tell Orlok is moving incredibly fast, but how can he avoid gunfire? Is that even humanly possible? I mean, Jan can do it. I saw it happen right in front of my eyes. Sorry. But I still couldn't believe it. I'm sure it's just coincidence. How can someone avoid all those bullets? Oh, no! I raised my voice as I saw Orlok being closed in on from both sides. But he was easily maneuvered out of his predicament and took down his adversaries.
心配性ね。あの感じなら、ま
Yeah,
だま
Lon
だ
and
平
Faye
気
can
そうに
also
見える
avoid
けど。
bullets.
仕方ないよ。素人にはその辺がわからないんだよ。
They were observing the battle as well, and seemed as though they were enjoying it.
ねえフェイ、あいつなかなか頑張ってるね。言うだ。
技術は大したものだと思うよ。僕たちの参考にはならないけど。
The whole scene was horrifying to me. We seemed to be watching completely different things. Can I ask you something? Oh, hello, Celestial Paisley! Welcome! Thank you for the follow! Thank you for the follow. Who is he? Who is Orlok?
表向きは町の情報をやしてて、どこのファミリーにも出入りしてるね。
That's weird. Did an alert show up or no? I have no idea. Alright. Actually, I can probably test it right now. Bear with me. That is weird. I thought... Did the follow thing showed up or not? Redeem silly voice or accent. Thank you. I can definitely do that. Especially while reading. But let me make sure that... this alert box works. Okay. There it is. Okay. I didn't hear that. Maybe it did happen. Did it happen, Celestial Paisley, when you followed? I don't know. I didn't hear it. Maybe the game was too loud though. It's possible too. But it works. Alright. There's that. We'll do a silly voice accent.
峡谷から来た使徒って聞いてるよ。いろんなことができるんだって。
Thank you, Paisley. Is there a particular voice or accent you want to hear, or is it up to me?
ああいうことをするために鍛えられたらしいよ。よく知らないけど。
ねえねえ、ところでさ、神様が大好きなのに武器を振り回していいの？怒られない？
私たち宗教は全然知らないけど矛盾してる気がしちゃうよね。
ほんとおかしいね。
They started giggling. With conflicting emotions inside me, I kept my eyes on the battle outside the window. They go British.
そろそろ引くはず。
Oh, I'm gonna do Orlok with a goofy voice, maybe. Or Mickey Mouse voice? Mickey Mouse voice?
正
Orlok?
面から俺とやり合うのは不利だって向こうもいい加減気づいてる。
Or at least that's what I thought. He appeared in front of me.
ニコラが何を考えてるのか俺にはわからない。
I could tell he was ready to kill. He was ready to kill me. Nicola was the Falzone's underboss. I had hidden my true identity while working as an informant for him. And now he sees me with their enemy, the Laoshu.
ニコラが俺を殺す理由は十分だけど
But his gun fired.
鋭い。俺が避ける方向まできちんと読んでる。
Ah, I love Nicola. Please don't die, Nicola. But I knew Nicola Francesco well enough to read his moves too.
避けるのは簡単。
Nicola quickly pointed his gun at me and fired repeatedly. This is
最
so
初から
funny.
警戒しておいてよかった。やっぱりニコラは
No, don't kill him! Don't kill Nicola! You didn't break poor Dante's heart! I dodged his bullets and closed in on him.
怪我をしてもらう。しばらく
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
don't
That's better than
understand
killing
what
him.
I
Don't
did.
kill him. That's a bad idea. Don't do it. All I wanted to do was aim for his arm, but he used the butt of his gun to deflect my fusette, so I could only skip his hand.
仕切り直す。
The moment I decided to draw back, Nicola extended his leg to kick at me. I jumped back as far as I could to create distance and avoid his unexpected kick.
少し
I was doing the Mickey Mouse voice. It's so funny.
ニコラ、引け。痛めたのは手だけだ。問題ない。その手で銃を握る気か？当たるものも当たらない。それ、初めてだな。銃で殺せそうにない相手は。
Besides young, I assume.
ファルチェに戻り、体勢を立て直す。これ以上の交戦は無意味だ。撤退をし、
了解。
Soon after, the Falzone quickly made their escape from Pileto. Young mumbled quietly while stepping on the remains of those who fell in battle.
なるほど。こんなものか。
Did he enjoy the fight, or did it bore him? It was hard to tell. Alright, that's enough of the silly voice, I think. We did a whole scene.
戻りました。
Orlok announced his return in his usual tone of voice. Not the Mickey Mouse voice. The smell of smoke and blood. I could immediately smell it the moment he stepped into the room.
僕たちの仕事はおしまいだね。ファルツォーネも帰ったし。
じゃあオルロック、あとはよろしくね。私たちはヤンを迎えに行くよ。
Ah, my children. Bye. They spoke merrily and quickly ran out of the room. Orlok came to me without even a glance at them leaving. Surely he couldn't see how tense I was with fear now.
話の途中でごめんなさい。リリアン。
I hesitantly asked him, "Are you alright?"
問題ないです。ファルツォーネの幹部は逃がしたけど。
Orlok responded to my query without a change in expression. I replied back, By the way, Celestial Paisley, I am using a guide because I don't want to get a bad ending. Especially with this game, the bad endings can be very triggering, so I'm going for using a guide. Alright. Thank goodness you didn't kill anyone. Human life can never return once lost. Bless you for not killing them. Orlok's expression softened, seeing me sigh with relief.
俺も同じことを思ってました。神のために俺は戦う。けど必要ないなら殺さない。だって神はそう望んでるから。
Wait, what Orlok just said didn't seem to make much sense to me.
俺は手荒な真似はしたくないけど、早急にあなたと接触する必要があった。あなたには敵がいます。だから人目につくのは避けたい。叫ばないでほしいです。
Yeah, there it is. Alright. You said there were enemies around, right? Were you referring to Signor Falzone?
あんな男をシニョーレなんて呼ぶことありません。
But he is a signor.
ファルツォーネは神への信仰を忘れて腐敗した組織だから。
No! Well, so the last show any better? Bruh? That doesn't even make sense, boy. Think. By the way, he's like been brainwashed by this Rosberg guy, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. But I heard that the Falzone's boss was a pious man. Hearing my words, Orlok's expression became stiff. It seemed he was surprisingly stubborn. And, well, is Dante really as you say he is? It felt strange saying the boss's name like this.
はい。あなたは彼らに狙われています。
Orlok answered briskly and knelt in respect to me. Burst CG. What are you?
リリアーナ・アドルナート。俺はあなたのことを守るためこの地に使わされました。
Oh my god, it's gonna be so hard for me to like Orlok.
今この時よりこの魂尽きるまで。
Oh, by the way, for context, I am Christian. I'm not Catholic though. So Catholic, some things. Now I will say this is not an accurate depiction of Catholicism. I do have my disagreements with Catholicism, but the weirdness here is not Catholicism. Okay, that's not what Catholicism is like in real life. But it's a Japanese interpretation of Catholic vibes. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But it's gonna be hard for me to like Orlok. Oh gosh. Wait a minute. Offer my soul? What was happening? I took a few deep breaths to try and stay calm. Could you please explain to me what is going on here?
はい。隠すことは何もないです。あなたもヨゼフ・フォン・ロズベルグ教を
How have I
ご存知です
been?
よね。
I've been pretty good, just really tired, but I'm looking forward to finishing this part of the game and finishing this game overall because I have been playing this game for 2 years. So I just want to finish it. But besides that, yeah, I mean, I've been eating well, working, so it's all good. His name had been brought up many times today. I nodded in reply. Why, yes. I heard he was a devout leader within the church. Everyone who lived at the church had heard his name before. How about you, Paisley? How have you been? Not only was he an active contributor within the church, he also traveled to various towns for consolation. Visitation to those who are sick or in need. Okay, that's a Catholic thing. I heard he is expected to be next in line to head the church. Now, Liliana, we don't know that. We just went through a conclave with the Pope. Deciding the Pope. We don't never know who's gonna be picked to become Pope, okay? So lay it off for a second.
はい。おっしゃる通りです。
So we already know who becomes Pope, so we know it's not gonna be Rosberg. They're still trying to be somewhat historically accurate because they do name drop some historical people. He quickly affirmed my words and nodded with
陛
pride.
下はとても清らかな魂
No,
を
he's
持
a
ってます。
bitch has been like manipulating you your entire life.
素晴らし
Don't
い
listen
方
to
陛
him.
下は
I
マフィ
can't
アと
listen
い
to
う犯
this.
罪組織に支配
No,
す
no, I ain't
陛下
listening
は
to
人であ
no,
る
no,
俺
no,
に
no, 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 no,
こ
no,
の地
no,
の
no.
争いを陰ながら見守る使命を与えて。
Do you mind if I ask you something?
はい。
You said disciple, didn't you? Is fighting one of the duties you have been tasked with.
いろいろです。
Among them,
とにかくこの使命を授かってから俺はずっとブルローネで暮らして、そんな折ゲイカから連絡を受けて、ゲイカは俺を呼び戻すと信託を受けたことを教えてくれました。あのお方は神の声を
yeah,
聞いたん
sure,
です。
sure. Prophecy, God's voice. I had lived in the church since I was born. I believed in God and the church's teachings, but his words didn't sound real to me at
ここ
all.
は特別な町です。マフィアが支配するからだけじゃない。教
Really? I knew this town was ruled by the church, but the way he worded it made it sound as though there was a special reason for it. Orlok continued to speak without pause, his eyes illuminated with pride.
だからこそ悪がはびこるブルローネの現状に、神の家に暮らす金の髪を持つ娘こそ悪しき者たちの争いを終わらせるマフィアによる抗争を終焉に導くものになるだろう。それがあなたです、リリアーナ。
What? Me? I didn't know what to say. Orlok looked at me very
神の
seriously.
家、教会に暮らしている人の中で金の髪を持つのは
You're telling me that in
Another
all of Berlona there's not one blonde chick? Yes, that may be true, but
それに俺は以前から教会に足を運んでました。だからわかります。遠目にあなたを見てるだけでもとても清らかな存在だと感じた。
I'm not sure what to
だ
say.
から俺は信託があなたを示して全て合点がいきました。あなたは聖なる存在。あなたならきっと
Your reward? I thought I did silly voice and accent. Did you not hear me? I did the Mickey Mouse voice earlier, as well as the British accent. Do you want something else? I've been seriously craving some ramen and Cheetos. Aww. It appeared Orlok sincerely believed the prophecy from Bishop Rosberg without any doubt in his mind. It all seemed so unlikely to me. I was beginning to feel a bit dizzy. I mean, I can do it again. I can do it again, but I thought I did it. Were you not around to hear it? I'm sorry, I'm just an ordinary girl. I decided to speak what was really on my mind. Orlok looked at me intently. I'm not as pure as you say I am, Orlok. Oh, do you want me to say sub, champ? I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Sub, champ. I was simply raised in the church because my parents passed away long ago. Orlok believes what he heard, but me, a holy person from a prophecy? It was hard for me to accept his words as a fact. For some reason, Orlok's eyes glimmered with hope hearing my modest denial.
そんなことない。謙虚なところもとても清らかで、あなたこそ信託が示す存在です。
Oh, well... As I started to try and find the right words, a voice resounded through the room.
お楽しみのところだったか？だとしたら邪魔した。
At least Yang will be more comic relief in this one. People calls it weird, but I love that combo. I mean, there was a trend in Korea, and it still kind of is, to add cheese to ramen, so I kind of get the idea, to be honest. Yang appeared, especially cheddar cheese, they always add cheddar cheese. Yang appeared suddenly with an eerie grin. Orlok stared at Yang with cold eyes as I held my breath. Just looking at him is scaring me. Yang looked at Orlok, seeing that we weren't responding to
どこ
him.
まで話したオルロック？
リリアーナ・アドルナートこそ 争いを止めるものだ。
Orlok responded in a very nonchalant
そ
way.
うか。
Young's sharp, cold eyes made me tremble. His lips were curved into a smile, but his golden eyes said otherwise.
今俺たちラオ州とロズベルグ卿は協力関係にある。だからお前の身柄はしばらくラオ州で保護させてもらおう。
Custody? TBH, yeah, your TV Fox VTuber looks so amazing. Oh, thank you, thank you. I am gonna debut with a full model later this year, but I am enjoying the TV Fox VTuber. And I will say, if you come from YouTube, I will be using mostly this model for YouTube stuff. So I'll be recording and uploading videos onto YouTube as well, not just my VOD channel. So I'm still working on that, but I'll be mostly using this model. So it won't go away even after my debut with a full model. Question crossed my mind at Young's words. Eyes are a little low-key, like tired. Yeah. That's because okay. Paisley, let me explain. So these eyes are actually not tired. Okay, my eyes are just that small that when the camera is tracking my eyes, that it just like becomes hooded. So like this is how big the eyes are. This is how big the eyes are normally, okay? Okay, maybe not that big. Maybe it's a little bit too wide, but like maybe about this size. But like, I'm Asian, okay? I thought Orlok. I mean, I'm a true Asian girl. That's a proof. Anyway, I thought Orlok implied Bishop Rosberg disapproved of the mafia. He's working with the Laoshu?
そう警戒するな。ラオ州としてもブルローネの現状を快くは思っていない。この町は今いくつもの火種がくすぶっている状態だ。
Oh, Young actually being serious?
一触即発。故に膠着が続いている。早く決着をつけられるなら。
Have you considered the TV panels yet? I am going to rework a bunch of assets, but I want to get it all done like right before debut or a little bit before debut to tease debut. But I definitely want to do TV panels for sure, as well as some other things. So yeah, there'll be a full-on overhaul. Like this overlay is not going to be used anymore. The panels are going to be completely new. The screens are going to be completely new. So I'm working on it. It's going to be great. We also wish to see peace throughout town. Yep. I see. I nodded a bit reluctantly. For peace throughout the town. For some reason I couldn't believe it, especially coming from Yang.
本当は治安の悪いブルローネから今すぐにでもあなたを連れ出したいけど、今はまだその時ではないと経過が。だからこの地のブルローネの未来のため、あなたには今しばらくとどまってほしい。
It seems like Orlok was waiting to hear what I was going to say. I took a deep breath and nodded to him with reluctance. If that's what you wish. I don't wish to leave Berlone, and I want to return to the church. I want to live a normal life as before.
よかった。ありがとうございます。
Are we finishing the end of this chapter yet? Orlok nodded. I forgot how like draggy some of these chapters, this game feels sometimes.
これから俺が守る。守ります。
Few things regarding the TV panels. Would you like to consider it? I already have some ideas. I do want each panel to be unique and not like a standard, not like a set pose for every single one of them or even designs. And I also want to incorporate like elements of my character's lore, as well as culture into each of the different panels. So yeah, I have some ideas. I already have some artists that I'm thinking about commissioning when the time's ready. But I also want to wait and make sure that because I've already commissioned like the overlay designs, and I want to make sure that that's cohesive with the panels. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing, like let's say you have the overlays done, but then the screens, like the starting screen and the loading screen and the ending screen all have totally different vibes from the overlay, and then the panels also have a totally different vibe. It's gonna be so bad, right? So I just want it to be cohesive, even if it's not by the same artist, you know? At least like At least vibe-wise. So I'm waiting for that to be done before I like finalize things. Would you like to see my work as well? Sure. Let's see. Do you have like a Twitter or a VGen? He looked at me with the pure eyes of a child. I sensed another pair of eyes looking at me from the side. Yang was simply smiling and looking at me with interest. Yeah, Twitter works. I looked again at Orlok. His eyes were untainted and innocent. But... yeah, let me go over to X real quick. Is your ID the same as your name here? Oh, there you are. Well, Joe, we'll discuss it further there. Okay. I will say though, like my like aesthetic style is more of a painted style, more so than the style that I see that you're doing. But I like it. It looks great. Alright. I recall vividly how I swung his dagger in battle against the men earlier. The man I saw in front of me now was a man of piety and devotion to the church. How could two starkly different personalities reside in this body? I could only wonder what made him the person he was now. Alright, that's the end of chapter 1? Maybe? No?
Yang,
Oh, I hate this man. He's the worst.
構いませんか。
He was the villain in Yang's route.
先日の戦場取引ですが、滞りなく完了してい
Shut
ま
up,
す。
Lee. You're disgusting.
その際、本国の使者からリュウ・ファンフイのファンがヤ
So
ンと連
the
絡を取りたが
Liu
っていると申
Honghui
し入れ、
is the name of the triad. Once you follow me back, I'll share you my work.
面倒だな。あいつらが言うことは何年経っても変わり映えしない。
まあ聞くだけは聞いてください。伝えないと俺がリュウ・ファンフイに睨まれます。これが使者から渡された文章です。どうぞ。
I rolled open the scroll from Lee and looked inside to see what was written.
つまらんな。
Threats upon threats and a command to get things settled quickly. Alright. Okay, Paisley, thank you. We can talk further on X. I will say, like, one of my stream rules is to kind of stay on topic of the stream. So I know we kind of talked a little bit about my debut plan, so that's fine for now. But I don't normally allow self-promoting or getting off topic on stream. We are playing an ultimate visual novel game, and so if you're interested, you can engage with that content. Or if you want to rest for now and be on your way, then thank you so much for offering to help me with my stuff. Alright? And I'll get in contact with you on Twitter. Okay? I tossed the scroll onto the ground.
ねえねえ、何が書いてあったの？
Just an idea, I thought possibly that's what you're doing. Alright, thank you.
言っただろう。いつもと同じだ。
ほう。本国で口だけ出す連中は気楽でいいよね。
まったくだ。しかし、そろそろ向こうもしびれを切らす頃合いか。いいだろう。俺も小競り合いには飽きたところだ。
いや、それはまさか。
動くぞ。
The room went into fervor at my words. Everyone wanted a chance at the action. But to me, this was just the first of many things to come.
もし 俺の血がたぎることがあるとすれば、それはまだもう少し先の話だ。
I hoped that I'm Young's voice. I hoped it would be adequate simulation. There were a number of people I had in mind for whom I had great expectations. Alright, that might be the end of the chapter. Please tell me it will be the end of the chapter. Yes! Heimweh. So I noticed that the Heimweh, actually? Heimweh? Because it's German. I noticed that the chapter titles in this particular route are German, while in Dante's route, I think they're all Italian. I'll have to do things. Good night! Good night, Celeste. Good night, Paisley, and I'll follow you back right now. Feel free to DM me, and we can talk later. Alright. Morning arrived, and I woke up in my bed feeling depressed. I looked around at my unfamiliar surroundings. This isn't a dream. I was brought here last night and told about Bishop Roseberg's prophecy. This was so surreal that I was hoping it had all been a dream. I still can't believe... No, I don't want to believe what's happening. I heaved a deep sigh.
本当は治安の悪いブルローネから今すぐにでもあなたを連れ出したい。けど今はまだだから
I don't need this
あなたには
flashback scene. I just saw it. Does that mean once the time comes I'm going to have to leave Berlone? I had never left Berlone before. My greatest worry was of the possibility that I'd be forced to leave my homeland. If that happens, then I'd want to at least say goodbye to everyone.
起きてますかリリアーナ。朝食の時間です。
Hearing Orlok's voice brought me some comfort. At the very least, it was much easier to be with him than with the Laoshu. Then again, I'm not sure how much I can trust him. I'm coming! Good morning, Orlok.
食事をする部屋はこっちです。
Thank you. I'm actually ready now. Orlok nodded at me in response. Orlok didn't appear to be someone I should be afraid of. My only option now was to believe in him. The room he led me to was already packed with members of the Laoshu.
あ、ダメだよな。僕のおかずは僕が食べるんだから。
そうなの？知らなかった。だってフェイのものも私のものも大体同じようなものでしょ？違う。
じゃあ僕もおかゆからエビだけ。
そんなの許されない。
Ladies, am I right? Take the guy's stuff, but doesn't let the guy take her stuff. Within the crowd were Lan and Faye, the children who showed me to my room.
オルロくん、エビちょうだい、エビ。ダメならそっちの子でもいいから。
よくない。彼女のものは彼女のもの。
エビごときに本気になってるよ、こいつ。
最初に喧嘩売ったのはランだからね。仕方ないね。
あの双子はだいたいいつもあんな調子。気にしなくていい。
Yeah, I want to fit the vibes. Also, Chester, hello! Oh, okay. I was like, I want to fit the vibe of the setting. I know this is more Chinese, but it's like, oh my gosh, I fit right in. I nodded awkwardly, but seeing them so lively felt strange to me. I can't believe that they're with the Laoshu. So we're playing Mafia, the Mafia Otome game. So it can get dark, though it hasn't gotten that dark yet. We're currently with the Triad section of the city, but it still actually takes place in Italy. The other two mafias in town are both Italian mafia. And we've been basically kidnapped by this like brainwashed child or named Orlok. I mean, I guess he's a young man, I guess, but he looks like a child to me. Basically been kidnapped by him because he's been brainwashed by this bishop into like doing stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah. Orlok led me to an open seat while shooing them away. Soon enough, a piping hot dish was served. What's this?
朝がゆです。ここの食事はだいたいヤン
Asian
の好み
food.
に合わせてるらしい。
It's more like congee than porridge. Rice porridge? I've heard of it before. I thought it was like risotto, but it's a bit runnier than I thought.
今日のおかゆは魚のアラで取った出汁にエビとかホタテとか入れてあるんだよ。
Oh my gosh. I want to eat it.
美味しいよ。あ、美味しくないから。
Oh my god, this girl has been trying to take everyone's shrimp.
ダメ。
Oh, I don't mind sharing.
ダメです。あなたにはしっか
Let
り
me
食べ
give
て
my daughter a
栄養をとっ
shrimp.
てもらいたい。
I will say, okay, so Chester, Lana and Faye are not actually my children, but I consider them my children. I've adopted them. They're mine now. They're like the two Chinese twins that live with the triad. Orlok looked straight into my eyes. I could tell he was concerned about my well-being. I see. Thank you, Orlok. I'll enjoy the meal. You have so many children. It's crazy. Oh my god, did I even tell you about my Hoyoverse children? Like Fremine from Genshin is my child. Changyun is my child. Misha from Honkai Star Rail is my child. I haven't found a child in Zenless though. I haven't found one yet. I scooped a bit of the steaming hot porridge with my wooden spoon. Is this fried bread?
友情が気になる。なりますか？
I haven't tried this one. Yo Tiao? No, I've just never seen it
そ
before.
うですか。麺類や粥の類によく入れるらしい。
Oh, thank you for telling me.
いえ、お役に立てたなら幸いです。
Orlok looked at me gently, then stood next to me in silence. I've heard... No, actually it's Genshin. Actually, Chester, it's actually Genshin! The Genshin has, like, dropped a whole bunch of characters that are coming up for the new region, and people are actually excited because it's actually lore-related, and actually the designs are way better than what we got in that one. So yeah, it's great. What about you?
俺は大丈夫です。
He ate already? It felt strange having him stand next to me like this. Despite my foreign surroundings, I bowed my head to pray like I usually did. I sensed someone's eyes on me the moment I finished my prayer. Orlok was looking at me happily. What is it?
ラオ州では食事前のお祈りなんてするもの
Okay, I will say this.
です。
I will say this. That doesn't... I don't really like how the Chinese people are portrayed in this game sometimes. Like, it's not like... I mean, some of them might be Buddhist and they would still do like a little prayer before eating. Not like Christians do, but they still rub their
久しぶり
hands.
に見たから安心した。
I see. I heard Laosha didn't believe in God. I wonder no one here is praying. The cultural and religious differences were much greater than I thought. Oh wow, girl. Oh, by the way, this takes place in the 1920s, right when Mussolini took over Italy. Just this for context, okay? So we can't blame Lily for not having the internet and not knowing about China, but it's still a pain sometimes. It wasn't a stretch to imagine that Orlok might not fit in with the people here. I began my meal, taking spoonful after spoonful of the porridge. Suddenly, tension filled the air. Yang entered with a tired look on his face. The whole room fell silent at Yang's seemingly angry presence. Oh, there's my children! Chester, look at my children! So the girl's name is Lan, and the boy's name is Faye, and they're very cute, but also very deadly. They're very skilled fighters.
朝はからきしだからね、ヤン。
They're kind of like siblings to Yang. Yang acts like he doesn't care about them, but he really does. So whenever they get killed in a route, which is like an Otome game route, right? Yang kind of goes even crazier than he already is. I kind of feel bad for him.
それにしてもいつもよりひどいんじゃない？
Orlok whispered in my ear as the twins giggled gleefully.
時々 ヤンはああいう感じになる。でも何もせずに放っておけば何かされることもない。
Okay. Which means something will happen if I speak to him? Don't speak to him, don't do it. Don't press the button. Although the thought crossed my mind, I quickly subdued my curiosity. The meal continued, but I couldn't stop thinking long enough to find my appetite. Orlok looked at me with concerned eyes.
口に合わない。
No, it's good, but
どうかしましたか？
the vibes are wrong, okay? The vibe check is not being passed, okay? I'm just worried about Sister Sophia. I hope she's recovering from her injury. I'm sure she's also worried about me, especially with what's happened. Orlok, is it possible for me to go to church just for a bit? I mean, it may be the last time I get to go there.
あなたがシスターを気にかけているのは知っていました。けど、俺はできればここにいてほしい。
Oh my gosh, stop listening to that fucking bishop, okay? He's a fraud.
です。
He's a quack and a fraud and an apostate. I hate that
教
bishop
会よりずっ
dude.
とここの方が安全で、あまり
Is it because I could be attacked by the Falzone family just like yesterday? Oh my god, he still didn't even tell her the truth about the Falzones too.
はい、
Fuck you,
あなた
Orlok.
は狙われてるから。
No, she's not. You're lying. You're a lying bitch, Orlok, and I don't like it. And I mean, I guess he's not really lying. He's not really lying. He's just brainwashed. Oh, I can't stand brainwashed characters, though. I'm gonna stare at him. No, we're not gonna stare at him. I really want to go. Please, I really want to go. If the Falzone is after me, then the church may be in danger too. It was only intuition, but it was still more than enough to make me anxious.
わかりました。あなたがそこまで言うなら仕方ないです。教会に行ってあなたの不安が晴れるといいと思います。
Thank you, Orlok.
でも一つだけ条件がある。
Condition?
護衛として俺が同行します。
That's a Yang walked toward where Yang was. Orlok walked toward where Yang was seated. Huh? What? Is he serious? Orlok walked up to Yang and began speaking to him in a nonchalant tone.
彼女は教会に行く。俺が同行する。
Yang had been frowning all the while from his headache, but he must have heard our conversation. He replied quickly and without a care.
まあ好きにすればいい。
He then went silent. He didn't touch the food in front of him. Instead, he seemed to be chuckling. His reaction worried me somewhat, and I hastily finished my meal. I stepped outside and took in a deep breath. I feel like I've been reborn. Staying overnight in an unfamiliar place took quite a toll. I breathed in the fresh air a number of times when I noticed Orlok looking at me. What's the matter? When you look at me like that, I feel a little embarrassed and kind of shy.
いえ、特に。
Okay, I was sure he had something on his mind. As I wondered what he was thinking about, he suddenly spoke.
生き返るってどういうことか聞いてもいいですか？
Huh? I glanced around the area a moment and responded to a somewhat timid question. I couldn't say this out loud, but I just meant that it feels good to be outside. I suppose the fresh air made me feel like I was bored again.
なるほど。
Orlok was nodding as if he just learned something
やっ
significant.
ぱり落ち着かないですか？
Don't tell me that you've been raised in the church and don't know about
Yeah.
being born again. And I see my name in your Twitter video, I feel honored. You know, I really should have, when I was editing it, I really should have put your PFP on there. Maybe another clip, I could do it. But I was like, I missed the chance. But, yeah. It's great though, the name drop is great. Are you?
あまり余計な話をしてる暇ない。できるだけ急ぎましょう。
No, you're good, it's funny. They'll never know. That was prattle to him? He abruptly ended our short conversation, which made me feel a little lonely, but I hurried and followed his lead. The torch. I knew this place well. The closer I got to church, the more my legs urged me forward. If I had to leave Berlone, I might as well take a good look at the place one last time. Sister Sophia! I ran toward her the moment I entered the refectory.
リリー、よかった。無事だったのですね。
Yes, and you, Sister Sophia?
あの後、エレナがすぐに気づいてくれて、ちゃんと手当てしていただきました。もう大丈夫。安心。
I felt tears welling in my eyes, seeing Sister Sophia's bright smile. Thank goodness. Just being able to speak to Sister Sophia like this brought joy to my heart. I felt a gentle warmth come over me.
私のことよりもあなたのことです。
Oh, well...
リリアーナ。
I suddenly heard Orlok's whisper. He pulled me close to him. What?
あのお方の件は他の人に言わないで。
So there's factions within the church, right? So there's the stupid bishop that's brainwashed Orlok. And then there's like Sister Sophia, who's in her own branch, right? Who's allied with the Falsones. And there's also the Pope. And there's also this mysterious NPC. I forgot his name. I think his name was Emilio, who seems to be like an angel of some sort. Anyway, we met him in Dante's route last time, so there's some weird things going on in this version of the Catholic Church. Oh, okay.
あなたは。
Sister Sophia gasped, seeing Orlok standing beside me.
俺を覚えてますか、シスター。
Orlok removed the hood covering his face.
俺は先日、彼女を教会から連れ去ったもの。あの時、どうしても彼女を安全な場所に連れて行かなければと怪我をさせてしまって、本当にごめんなさい。あなたも俺も神を信じる同士なのに。
私が怪我をしたことについては怒って、あなたが悔いているならなおのこと責めるつもりはありません。
はい。ごめんなさい、シスター。
Upon hearing his response, Sister Sophia's expression grew somber.
ただ、彼女を無理やりに連れ去ったこと。これは、もし、あなたがこの子に無理を強いているなら、私は何度でも体を張ります。あなたから彼女を取り返す必要があるなら、今も私は立ち向かうつもりです。
Within Sister Sophia's calm voice was a bold resolve. I responded to Sister Sophia. This is painful. Wait a minute, Sister Sophia. I don't really like Orlok right now, to be honest. Orlok isn't a bad person. Okay, to explain, Chester, I'm following a walkthrough so I can get the best ending, because if I don't get the best ending, bad things will happen. Okay, this game is rated M for a reason, and it gets really bad and triggering if I get a bad ending, so I don't do it. Dante, actually the bad ending for Dante wasn't so bad. She gets shot and gets into a coma, I think. That wasn't that bad, but Young's bad ending involves like the R word, and then I already know Orlok's bad ending also involves the R word, so yeah, I don't want to show that on stream, so I use a walkthrough because of that. I jumped in to defend Orlok. I was certainly surprised myself, but he acted for the purpose of my well-being. God damn, those games go crazy. Yeah, it depends on the game. Like, there's some T-rated games, or like... Granted, Olympia's foray 2 was pretty intense. Like, there was a... one of the bad endings involved, like, a twincest threesome. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, anyway, he did abduct me, but... he even brought me here because I asked him. So don't worry, Sister Sophia. Orlok listened to me silently. It felt as though he was happy to hear me defending him.
では、あの後、何があったのか。
We went
事情を聞かせてもらえますか。
we went to Narnia and became king and queen, and then we came back. You think she'll believe that? Well, as I was about to explain what happened to me that night.
あ、シスター、お客様？
じゃーん。
それにお帰りなさい、お姉ちゃん。どこに行ってたの？
そっちの人、この間のお兄ちゃんだよね。今日はお祈り？
違う。
じゃあお姉ちゃんもお兄さんも一緒に遊ぼ
リリーは今私と大事なお話をしています。
う。そうなの？つまんないな。
ねえ、お兄ちゃんは？お兄ちゃんは今？
The kids look at Orlok with earnest eyes.
急ぎの用は特に。
じゃあこっちに来て。
Wait a minute! I tried to stop them at the sight of Orlok being manhandled by the kids. He then looked at me with his brow raised.
何？
Are you alright, Orlok? I mean, is it a bother?
構わない。俺がいない方が二人で話しやすい。だから、俺が子供たちと遊ぶくらいは。
By the way, just in last chapter, this guy was fighting against a bunch of like Balzone mafia members and dodging bullets and stabbing them with knives and stuff, and now he's like playing with the kids. It's so funny. Before he could finish, Orlok was dragged away by the kids. I sure hope he's okay. After seeing him go, I turned around to face Sister Sophia. I'm sorry about that, Sister Sophia. Now about what happened.
なるほど。
It was hard to explain what happened without mentioning Bishop Rosberg and his prophecy, but I did explain that I need to stay under the Lauscher's custody for a while until things settle down. Sister Sophia fell into deep thought a number of times during my explanation, but didn't say a word. I was thankful that she listened to me.
事情はともかく、やはり危険なことだと思います。ラオシュがいつまであなたを保護してくれるのかもわかりませんし、あなたが教会に帰れる方法はないか、私の方でも考えてみます。何より大切なのはあなたの安全です。
Sister Sophia, why aren't you telling the truth?
気をつけてくださいね。
Lady, why aren't you? I know it's because thought needs to happen, but she already knows about the whole, like, I guess to make the romance plot between Lily and Orlok, they have to have characters do things that don't actually make logical sense. Based on what I know about Sister Sophia from the previous 3 routes I completed, this would be the moment where she will tell Lily about Lily's, like, whole destiny as a key maiden, and now Dante's actually just trying to protect her, blah blah blah. But I guess since, you know, we're in Orlok's route now and not Dante's, so we're just not gonna get that. Thank you, Sister Sophia. At the very least, I think I can put my trust in Orlok. Sister Sophia listened quietly and seemed to be deep in thought again. She then quickly looked up and checked the time.
ごめんなさいね。せっかく会いに来てくれたのに、私はこれから出かけなければなります。
Don't worry, I only came to say hello. Be careful out there, Sister Sophia.
ありがとう。あなたはゆっくりしていってくださいね。
With that, Sister Sophia kissed me on the cheek and quickly headed out. I heard the kids shouting just as Sister Sophia left. What's going on? I left the refectory and went to the garden.
ウーノ、どうえ、トレステラ。
オルロック、すごい速い。速いのに、ちゃんが振り返ったら全然動かない。
これくらいなら簡単。
Well, one of them turned away and counted. The others closed in on the one person counting. So this is red light, green light. After counting to 3, the person then turned around. Whoever was seen moving after that point would have to go back to the starting point. They were playing a traditional game of statues.
オルロック、振り返るのも早いよ。止まるの間に合わなくてつい動いちゃう。
何かルールを間違えた？
間違ってない。すごいだけ。
あ、そうだ。次はカルチョしよう。僕ボール持ってくる。
カルチョ？俺したことない。
だったら教えてあげる。
わかった。
Yeah, I don't think Orlok had a childhood. Now that they were playing a game where they kicked the ball without using their hands, all Orlok was doing was moving between the kids kicking the ball back and forth. But soon...
もらうよ。
He quickly found the right timing to take the ball away from his opponent.
追いつけない。
Orlok quickly weaved around the kids while kicking the ball. He quickly made his way to the opponent's line to make the goal.
これで
Soccer, right?
いい
Or football?
すっごーい。今のどうやったの？
すごーい。
僕にも教えて教えて。
The kids surrounded Orlok. Wait a minute, is he smiling? For a second, I could swear I saw Orlok smiling like I'd never seen before. I carefully look at his face again. Yes, he is smiling. Orlok is probably younger than me. Looking at his youthful smile was making me think that way. In fact, seeing him at the center of the huddle of kids made him look pretty cute. But another thought crossed my mind. Actually, let me get the ages of these Piofiore characters. I just need to make sure that it's not weird. I mean, it's probably gonna be a little bit weird because, it's a Japanese game. What do I expect? Okay, where's everybody's name? Okay. Lily doesn't really have an age, okay? Dante is 23, the leader of the Falzone family. Gilbert, the leader of the Visconti, is 26. Nicola is 28. Orlok is 18. And Yang is 29. What is an 18-year-old doing in this group? Wait, how did I get this, Wait, what happened here? Oh. Oh, I got the controller set up. It's crazy. There it is. Actually, should I leave it up? Since we're playing a game? That'll be fun. Alright. He hurt a lot of people, too. He waited through the mafia all by himself and fought them all off. It doesn't seem like he'll harm me, so I'm sure his apology to Sister Sophia was sincere. Maybe it was because of the innocence he showed? I didn't have solid proof of who he was. But I was sure my intuition was correct. Even so, I need to remember he's strong enough to kill others.
リリアーナ、シスターがいないけど、話はもう。
Before I knew it, he escaped from the kids and was now standing in front of me. Yes, I'm done. Thank you. Also, thank you for playing with them. They must have had fun playing with you.
あなたの役に立てたなら幸いです。
Orlok looked a bit embarrassed and shifted his eyes away from me.
でも、俺、こんなにたくさんの子供に囲まれたのは初めてで。
Hello, Himanji. Welcome.
少し戸惑いました。
Hey, you're 18. You're practically a child too. You'd still be in high school. You didn't have any siblings?
はい。それに、俺の周りにいたのは大人ばかりでした。
What the fuck? What the fuck? No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Orlok. Orlok, this character. He's 18. Not you. Don't be silly. I see.
だから、ちょっと新鮮。
Orlok looked at me with gentle eyes.
ねえねえお姉ちゃん、僕お腹空いちゃった。
Oh, speaking of which, my age. I looked up the ages of these characters, right? Let's see. I might actually have to save because I'm getting sleepy and I don't think we're gonna finish this chapter anytime soon. I'm crazy, right? Because I thought I'd be able to do 3 chapters in 2 hours, but I mean, I did explain a lot. Yes, you need your sleep. Autumn, come on. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I think this is the one that shows the characters I've completed. So, these are the characters I've completed, the routes I've completed. You've not been sleeping well recently, don't So this is Dante, right? Dante Falzone. But let's go in order of who I completed first. So I did Nicola Francesco's route first. He is the underboss of the Falzone Mafia. His route was pretty generic mafia love story. No big lore drops as far as the game lore is concerned, but you know, we fall in love. We deal with mafia drama, and we also deal with a crazy policeman who just only in Nicola's route does he go batshit crazy and starts shooting all the mafia members without a trial. Okay, I mean, I get the police being really mad, but you can't just shoot people without, you know, actually arresting them and getting them through trial, right? That's not your job to be the executioner. Anyway. So that was Nicola's route. That was crazy. And then I did Yang's route next. Yang's route is Yang is the leader of the Laosha, and I will have to say Yang's route is the most NSFW of the route so far because he's crazy. But I love the crazy. To be honest, I love crazy. So it was an entertaining route, but would I pick him in real life? No, never. And then I did Dante next. Dante is the leader of the Falzone and also Nicola's cousin, and his route revealed the most about the game lore, where the main character is actually a key maiden, blah blah blah, Catholic relics, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. So there's that. And then we have other characters too. Let me go to the gallery now. So we have this character, Gilbert. He is the next route I'm gonna do. He's the leader of the Visconti. I think he might be one of the oldest characters. Okay, I forgot to mention the ages. My bad. I forgot to mention ages here. Let me look up ages again. I am not a baby. You both are sleeping fine, so you need to sleep, I swear. Damn, this game goes deep. Yeah, it does. So, Nicola's age. He's 28. Okay, he's 28. Hello, Laith. Hello. And then Yang is 29. 29. And then Dante's, I think he's the youngest besides Orlok. He's 23. And then, let's go to here. That's Dante, as I said before, he's 23. Gilbert is 26. So he's actually younger than me, gosh. Gilbert's 26. And then, I already said Young's age, he was 29, right? So he's the eldest so far. Here, just woke up drinking my lemon water at 7 AM. Aha. Nicola, I already said his name, age 28. He's like 5 years older than Dante. That actually checks out. And Orlok is 18 years old. So he's the younger one. TV is only 9:47 autumn, I'm pretty sure. Yep. It is. Thank you for the hydrate. Gosh. I actually...
あなたに素敵なことを教えてあげる。私たち天女島の女にはすごい秘密があるの。
I think I have way better vocal control. Because I was able to read so much dialogue in like an hour and a half, and my voice is not one bit scratchy. So I think I figured out how to do this whole streaming voiceover thing, which is cool. Let's see. Actually, I'll show you the opening of the Piofiore game. I think that's a good way to introduce the game. Ah! There's so many NPCs, too. Yeah, that's the opening. So Otome games interactive visual novels? Yeah, I think they're kind of interactive. It's not much interaction besides choices though, to be honest. There was this other game that I played called Color Malice where they had actually a crime investigation mini games as well as a shooting mini game. It wasn't much, you just have to click the controller right at the right time. When the shooting circle like reaches like the target point, you just have to click A right there. So that was pretty much the gameplay for that one too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else, but they're basically that. You have choices and then you have different endings. Let me go back. If I go to chapters, you can kind of see. So a completed route, right, like Dante, for instance, I recently completed his route. You have multiple chapters, and then you have best end, which is the ideal end, good end, which is actually more mid-level. Like, you know, it's good, but not the best. And then bad ending, which is a tragic ending. I will say though, for Yang, both the good and the bad ending are pretty bad. Just the bad ending is just worse. But yeah. Well, that's the only thing. At least the choices do have a bit of a consequence system because you do get different endings. So that's nice. But I do kind of keep it simple. You know who the devs hated? No, I think they love Yang though. I think like they like how messy he is and just go for like the most dramatic for him, you know? Like the endings weren't bad in like a oh my gosh, this ending sucked kind of way. It was like bad as in like oh my gosh, like Lily still gets screwed over in this ending. But yeah, let's see. You know what? Before I go to sleep, I will show off a game that I have. This is the game that I finished, right? We will skip they'll probably autoplay the intro, but I'll skip the intro. This game, I will say this game UI is stunning, stunning, so I have to show it off. It's so pretty. This story is a work of fiction. All characters, incidents, and events are used in a fictitious manner. I'll skip it. Skip that. Skip it. Skip it. Skip it. You know, should I? No, actually, yeah, I'll play the intro. I'll let the intro play. It's so pretty. This feels like an anime opening. Like you saw the Piofiore one. This one feels like an actual anime opening.
沈んだ海から腕を必死に伸ばしてまばゆい光たちが消えてしまう前に何が一つ変えてみたいよ感情も泣いたら大切な気持ちだってばね心が色をまとい舞い上がった新しいこの世界でたとえ共に迷ってもあなたに出会いたい胸が何度話しても
Oh, nice, Chester. Yeah, I've been going back to drawing too. I have so many art fight revenges to do. And also, like, this game actually inspired me to want to make fan art for them. I was really slow though, so I need to get back into that. But
僕はね
I'll skip that. Okay. So freaking behind our fight is crazy. Yeah, I got like attacked 4 times and I just did the revenges. Okay, these are all the love interests, by the way. This would be the, except for her, she's not a love interest, she's the main character. So the first one I did was Riku, the blue guy, and then I think I did Kuroba next. Did I do No, I don't think so. I think I did Tokisada next. Tokisada, and then Kuroba, and then Yosuga, and then Himika, and then Akaza. Akaza is a canon love interest. I could go over their lore, but it'll be a lot. But this game UI is so pretty. Let me show you the treasury part. Like, oh my gosh. I believe this is CG art. I didn't get all the CGs. I didn't complete this game yet. I think there's some bad endings I haven't done. This is our father, our adoptive father. He's not our actual father, but our adoptive father, Tsukuyomi, the moon god. Oh gosh, this was a creepy bad ending. Oh my god, another bad ending. Oh no, this is our actual dad, Doma. This is Amaterasu. This is Kuroba. And then this is another of the tribe leaders named Shura. Oh gosh, there's a twin cest. I thought there'd be bad ending CGs on there. Oh, I didn't know. Wait, I didn't know there was war. Okay, it's just horizontal. Okay, let's go back. Alright. I got jump scared by some bad ending screens. Alright. This is Akaza. The art in this game is so pretty. The competitions are going strong, yeah. Oh. This is the father and son-in-law situation. Alright. So I didn't finish Akaza's endings, I think. Maybe that's what it was. I have some CGs missing. I gotta do that off stream. The music here goes hard, too. Oh my gosh, this shows a lot! Oh, by the way, that skull is Kuroba on one of the bad endings, I think. Oh, wait, go back. Look at the hamburger. There's a hamburger. This is a Dutch angle, I think. I like Riku when he lets his hair down. When his hair is down, it looks so pretty. Like here, gosh, his hair is so pretty. But here, I don't know. It's like a mullet. Tokisada, by the way, is an actual historical figure. And it's the same guy, by the way. It's kind of funny. He actually was a Catholic martyr in Japan. He was killed at, I think, at 16 years old. He was beheaded. And the setting of this world is like kind of sort of an afterlife, but also not really an afterlife. So yeah, that's how he ended up here. That's why he wears like a high collar, because he still has the scar from his beheading. I love this one. Tokisada is the closest to MC's age, so I don't mind the pairing, to be honest. think it's probably my favorite pairing. Like, they actually look like they belong together, so that's me. Alright. Oh, did I mention this game is getting a sequel, guys? I've been following it on Twitter. They're making a sequel. It's coming out. I'm gonna play it on stream. I'm so excited, actually. How do I look at Yosuga? He reminds me of somebody, and I can't quite. He kind of. Does he remind me? Is he reminding me of Jinshi from Apothecary Diaries? Like, he's the same vibe. Oh, I didn't do all of Himika's routes too. Because I'm missing CG. Oh wow. This one is something. Himiko is a doll, by the way. Like, his body is a doll. So he's not actually human. You see that joint right there? Okay, I wonder if I can, like, zoom in. Let me zoom. Right there, you see that joint? Right? So he covers it with the sleeve. But yeah, I just love this game. Like, the aesthetic of it. There's some really stupid things that happen in this game, but... Oh my gosh, stop. I keep doing that, these little voice lines from the different love interests. I also like that though, like the whole like... Oh, these are just saves, okay. But yeah, that's the game. It's very pretty. I love it. And I can't wait for the sequel to come out. But now it's time for me to go to sleep. It's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good luck with arting, Chester. Have a great day, Himanji. I'm sure your day is just starting. And, Lace, I don't know what's up with you. I don't know what you're supposed to do right now. I don't know if you're supposed to go back to sleep or what. I don't know, man. But I will... Oh, you'll haunt me. You'll haunt me. You can't do that. I'll exercise you. I'll get rid of you. I'll throw some salt. You can't get me. Try you. No. No. Okay, let me switch screens from the gaming screen. Alright. Have a great night, guys. Or day if you're Himanji, because you're not at night. But everyone else though. Do I sound like... What voice is this? What voice is this? Alright, bye! Good night!